For those of you who aren't familiar with Credit One Bank, first of all, don't mistake it for Capital One. Their names and logos are strangely similar, but no, they are quite different. Credit One generally isn't regarded in glowing terms. With many of their credit cards, they target people with average to low credit with the expectation that they will be carrying balances and paying interest. There are, however, a few other cards targeted at people with better credit that may be okay, kind of. Now, I do expect many of you will just not want to do business with Credit One, given its reputation, or perhaps you had specific poor experiences with them. While I understand such sentiments, I'm not going to touch on this topic further in this video. Instead, we're going to assess the long-term value of each Credit One credit card, tier list style. 5 tiers in this one, A, B, C, D, and F. Also, we're just talking about the long-term value of these cards, as none of these cards come with any sign-up bonuses, so their year one value is bad relative to other issuers' cards. This is going to be a fun one, and a little nerdy too. We like to do videos like that on this channel. Subscribe if that sounds good to you. Alright, jumping in with the Platinum X5 Visa. Slight tangent first. This card and multiple other cards from Credit One have platinum in their name, but they come in a variety of different colors, none of them being platinum? I guess the naming's trying to convey some sense of opulence and luster. Anyway, for a $95 annual fee, the Platinum X5 Visa offers 5% cash back on the first $5,000 of purchases each year in the following categories: gas, groceries, internet, cable, satellite TV, and mobile phone services. 1% on everything else, and up to 10% more rewards, or a 1.1% multiplier, from participating merchants. The up to 10% boost may also apply to merchants that fall in a 5% category, making it 5.5% max. This one's interesting. 5% is a strong multiplier, and especially with gas and groceries, $5,000 of spend in a year may not be that hard to make up in organic spending. Compare $5,000 of spend on the Platinum X5 Visa in just the 5% categories versus the Wells Fargo Active Cash, one of the many no annual fee cards that offers 2% on everything. With the Platinum X5 Visa, you'll earn $250 in cash back. Subtracting the $95 annual fee gets you $155. This beats the $100 that you'll get from the Wells Fargo Active Cash. Obviously, there's diminishing returns with any spend above $5,000 in a year, since that's just at 1%, so there's some management needed in order to ensure that you're spending close to that $5,000 a year. You may also want to pay for your mobile phone services with another card that comes with cell phone protection, such as the Wells Fargo Active Cash, even though the multiplier is less. Finally, there are similar but more valuable cashback setups, such as if you got 2 no annual fee Citi Custom Cash cards, which offer 5% in your highest spend category each month up to $500. You could have one custom cash card as your dedicated gas card and another as your dedicated grocery card. That would get you an annual spending cap of $12,000, much higher than $5,000. Thus, I'd say that the Platinum X5 Visa is a good but not great cashback card, landing it in B tier. Next up, the Credit One American Express card. I'm also going to bring in the NASCAR American Express card because they're quite similar. Both offer 1% back on everything, retail protection, special benefits, and Amex offers, with this being why they're called American Express cards. Note that they're not actually Amex cards in the sense of Amex not being the issuer or the processor. Also, these cards have a $39 annual fee, though the NASCAR card can have a $0 annual fee if you have excellent credit. Regardless, I think such cards are what makes Credit One viewed so unfavorably, especially by credit card enthusiasts. As I mentioned, there are many other credit cards out there that come with no annual fee and offer 2% cash back on everything. So why would you get a 1% back on everything card that comes with a $39 annual fee? But just because these cards come with Amex offers, which can allow you to get meaningful savings on stuff that you were already going to buy, I'm not going to regard them as dreadful bottom of the barrel. Though note that you can always just get a true American Express card and get access to Amex offers and likely a better card. D tier for these two cards. What probably are dreadful bottom of the barrel are the Platinum Visa for rebuilding credit and the Platinum Visa. The credit rebuilding version offers 1% for gas, groceries, internet, cable, satellite TV, and mobile phone services. Yeah, 1% categories, I know. And that's pretty much it. Yet, it has a $99 annual fee billed for $8.25 per month, probably to give the illusion that it's not that much, with a generous discount to $75 in year one. The regular version offers the same multipliers, but also up to 10% more rewards from participating merchants and a lower annual fee at $39. Not much needs to be said, right? Annual fee cards with not even 1% back on everything. It's gotta be F tier. A bit of a step up though in the Platinum Rewards Visa with no annual fee card. We have the same set of categories, but 2% back on all of them. There's also up to 10% more rewards from participating merchants, and as the card naming suggests, no annual fee. Some level of respectability on this card, but again, you just can't get past how there are a bunch of other 2% on everything cards with no annual fee. C tier for this one. Now we have the Credit One Bank Wander American Express card, which they claim to be perfect for elevating your travel. I think it's advertised as such due to their elevated multipliers in travel-related categories. 10x points on hotels and car rentals booked through the Credit One Bank travel partner, and 5x on eligible travel, including flights. There's also 5x on dining and gas, 1x on everything else, and access to Amex offers for a $95 annual fee. Yes, these are strong multipliers, but it's actually the card's characterization as a travel card that I have disagreements with. Two things that are crucially missing that exist on other mid-tier travel cards like the Chase Sapphire Preferred and Citi Strata Premier are the ability to get redemptions for more than 1 cent per point in travel and no foreign transaction fees. So, no upside potential from your points, and you don't even want to be using this card when you're traveling internationally. Weirdly, if this was just advertised as a cashback card, I'd happily put it in B tier just like I did with the Platinum X5 Visa, but because of how it's being advertised as a perfect travel card, I'm going to downgrade the Wander American Express card to C tier. Secure card, deemed the best card for building or rebuilding credit. I hope they're only talking about amongst Credit One cards, because it's certainly not the case amongst secured cards overall. Credit One's version offers 1% in the aforementioned set of categories: gas, groceries, internet, cable, satellite TV, and mobile phone services, has a minimum security deposit requirement of $200, and the ability to earn interest on your security deposit. Essentially, there are multiple other secured cards that I think you should consider before this one, including the Discover It Secured credit card, which offers 2% back at gas stations and restaurants up to $1,000 in combined spend each quarter, 1% on everything else. I'm saying it like it's a big deal. What's going on? Even though it's far from the best secured card, the Credit One secured card still has no annual fee and some multipliers, so it's D tier for me. The Vegas Golden Knights credit card. Stunning Vegas-born designs for showing off your team pride. I'm not somebody who gets cards for their designs or symbolisms, really, but if you're somebody who does, or you're a Golden Knights fan, just note that I won't be speaking on behalf of you guys. 1% cashback on those same set of categories and a tiered annual fee structure. $0 for excellent credit, $39 for average credit, $99 billed $825 a month for rebuilding credit with a reduced $75 in year one. Yet again, a card with weak multipliers and potentially an annual fee. Though, I'm going to just barely spare it from F tier because the soon-to-be introduced exclusive deals, discounts, and experiences for Golden Knights fans may be valuable for some of us. Reluctantly, D tier. We end off with the 10th and last publicly available Credit One card, the Best Friends credit card. No annual fee, 5% on eligible pet shops, pet foods, and supply store purchases on up to $5,000 in combined spend per calendar year, 1% thereafter, 10% more rewards from participating merchants, And Best Friends, a non-profit that operates to save animal lives, receives a donation in an amount equal to 1% of eligible purchases made with the card. Certainly a fan of that. Hey, if you're a pet owner and happen to shop at those merchants that qualify for those categories, this is a strong cashback card, arguably A tier for you. However, it's just not a card that you would ever get if you don't need to buy things for pets. Overall, I'll give it B tier. There are enough of us pet owners out there. I certainly see many dogs in my neighborhood at least. And here we have it, the complete Credit 1 tier list. Overall, you can see a lot of cards in those lower tiers and 0 A-tier cards, which aligns with my expectations prior to this exercise. But hey, those 2 B-tier cards in the Platinum X5 Visa and Best Friends credit card may be worth considering. Though I would only recommend to do so only if you're starting to run out of options for other credit cards that come with sign-up bonuses, and you're not in the hunt for Chase credit cards, and thus eating into a 524 slot doesn't matter as much. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below regarding this tier list, and thanks so much for watching. If you liked this one, you'll probably like this other fun video here on screen. Here's your card nerd, signing off. Peace.